League of Legends is one of those games I tend to forget about until the release is cinematic, and then I remember that, oh, good food, that's what it tastes like. How's it going, folks? Jack here with another video, and the League just dropped a cinematic for which I have forgotten to actually check the previous one. For you see, last time we watched the bite marked music video that expanded on the lore of Noxus, its hand, the Trifarics, the tree leadership that they have going on there, and in particular we got the point of view of Mel. She found herself on that beach where her mom was initially stranded in her own music video, for which I'm well aware that I'm talking about them like what celebrities, like I'm best celebrity motivational speaker to help you get better at the gym. But at the end of that was the appearance of Leblanc and Vladimir, and some weird creature that I initially wasn't sure about what was. Since then, Riot has decided to tackle League lore in a very seasonal manner with the new seasonal system, where we are getting monthly story beats and like 4 cinematic a year, which is nice because it's all made by Fortige, the creators or the animators of Arcane. Now, before we get into the main course today, I wanted to have somewhat of a recap to some of the events, starting here with Dark Gambit. The ooze. Ugh.
The first lands.
Ionia is
Ionia, yeah.
Yes, come claim your prize in my world.
Listen to your puppet, Leblanc. Besides, you have no host. And even if you did, the new Grand General would never approve another campaign in Ionia.
I have done your bidding. Release me.
This goes hard. Atakan doesn't like this.
Losing our host was an unfortunate turn. As for the might of Noxus, it won't be necessary. A single whisper can cut deeper than 1,000 blades.
To Ionia, then.
Okay, some slight bit of explanation that are needed here. As we start, we get to see this helmet and the ooze coming out of it. That is, of course, from the beast here, Atakan. Now, Atakan is interesting because it's, of course, one of the legendaries that you get to fight in League of Legends to get some loot and buffs, and there's literally an emote that you can get in game. Now, it's a demon, okay? And Leblanc, again, flexing her magical muscles here to show just how powerful she is dominating this bloody thing. Now, they're talking about the first lands here being Ionia. And of course, if you remember, the whole purpose of Arcane with regards to her order was searching for a new weapon. So either her Black Rose or Vladimir's Crimson Circle will find a way to defend Noxus against the evil lying underneath the Immortal Bastion, aka the beast hailing from Brazil, Mordekaiser. This, of course, being the thing that Mel saw emanating from the Immortal Bastion in the Welcome to Noxus cinematic. Now, Vladimir, ever the cautious individual, does not trust her at all, which is one of the reasons why he first assigned Katarina, who worked for him, to kill a possible host, a thing that he's of course very happy to boast about.
Listen to your puppet, Leblanc. Besides, you have no host. And even if you did, the new Grand General would never approve another campaign in Ionia.
Yeah, it's important to note, for those who may have played games like Legends of Runeterra, you would know True, that at least, or it's cinematic diegetically, that Ionia was invaded by Noxus, and in there they were ruining a lot of the nature, disturbing the balance. And Ionia, I think, only second to the areas around Shurima, is the land with the greatest variety of races, and an even greater connection to the spiritual realms. Mostly with the huge connections that they have to the trees. The shit ton of lore about trees in Ionia, don't even get me started. But the previous Grand General who spearheaded that invasion was actually possessed by this demon and controlled by Leblanc. And that is his head, or at least what's left of it. Now Leblanc, of course, in search for a new host, is later on going to be mentioning the strength of Noxus, being Darius, whom I think in her lore was mentioned to have been in the crowd during his fight against Trundle. But most importantly here is the mention of the current Grand General, which it's a weird thing to cite because, again, they are running a triferix, meaning that there are 3 leaders who were in charge. What we know, of course, from the end of Arcane, given the Raven that was showcased there, Swain is the current leader, or at least the face of the triferix, as he came back from the Ionian campaign, and that invasion ended with the end of Arcane. Second, of course, is Darius, the strength of Noxus, so the strategist and the powerhouse, and lastly is the mysterious individual who obviously is Leblanc. But she is not so easy to relinquish her little beast here.
In Ionia.
I have done your bidding. Release me.
Now remember, he's a demon. And if you know just a little bit about your demonology in any field, and especially here in League of Legends, knowing the name of a demon allows you to exude a lot of control over them. So either she just absolutely roasted him, or she just whispered his name.
Losing our host was an unfortunate turn. As for the might of Noxus, it
Darius.
won't be necessary.
Yeah.
A single whisper can cut deeper than 1,000 blades.
And notice again, her idea of whispering means her sending visions to people. The thing that she did to Mel, she possibly could have done to Darius, and will be doing for the next person in line here, who is going to be Xin Zhao, at least from the comics that I've read.
To Ionia, then.
Yeah, Vladimir's plan is going busters. So now, interesting, from the Dark Gambit, we get to understand that Leblanc was looking for this darkened weapon, which is leading them to go back to Ionia, wherein the new character of Yunara was introduced in tandem with a new story, or deep dive to a story of Xin Zhao. Now, Yunara, if my memory serves me right, was like the protector of a specific temple, the Temple of Koshin, or the Patron as it was called. Now, it's a Darken, but the Darken are a little bit different because all depending on whether or not they got a certain blood corruption, they turn to the creatures that they are known to be. But the Koshin, or the Patron, does not look as... it looks more celestial than the others that we have come to know. I guess this is one of the legit ways that Riot can get to justify some of the skin that they end up making for Darkens. But Yunara's story sees her talking to the Patron, depicted in the form of a tree very often. But yeah, Yunara's lore sees her talking to that very tree, which is a Darken, and it has been sealed away. And in a minigame that Riot released not too long ago, we get to play as our favorite Xin, the Martian Xin should be pointed out, Xin Zhao, who is now in danger because He goes through a bunch of trials along with Yunara, breaks his blade. They have to do all this because Kennen, the master, skedaddles. But at the end of that storyline, we get to see Xin Zhao heading towards the temple that Yunara is supposed to be shielding without his blade. And it turns out that this is going to be the greatest trials yet. Now, Xin Zhao's weapon, like a lot of the Martian, is very important because it is made of like petrified steel, which is like these anti-magic weapons which allow the Martian to have such huge dominance over magic users, leading us of course to the beginning and the end. Let's watch. There's the tree. You can see the glaive there in the middle. That ooze. Poof. Jesus Christ, Atakan coming in there like a tsunami. Oh! That's a silver wing? No, massive bird. King Jarvan. That is... Ooh, skins. Yeah. This art style is so phenomenal, man. It's so beautiful. We got to see the man, Xin Zhao, right here. I like the rendition, fortuitous rendition of him. It's cool. But interesting for us here is, of course, the tree. Again, I won't be diving into the lore of why there's a tree here. There are so many implications. It could have been there because that's the best thing to have sealed away whatever is inside the glaive, which is of course a darken. But then Atakan is going for that weapon which Leblanc wants. And interesting here is in this room that obviously we know that the black goo is related to Atakan, so, and that these are visions that are being given to Xin Zhao. Got a silver wing griffin there. One of the mighty creatures of the Marcia, slain by what I would guess is the Martian weapon. So, you know, there's always this thing where perhaps Darkin have an influence on the human mind. They end up using other humans to kill each other. So, the Martian, the fall of the Martia, could have happened in people turning against one another and not just like some civil war incited by our favorite communist. Oof. I'm sorry. This kind of made me laugh internally, but I didn't express it because in the comic there's a moment where Leblanc is trying to incite Xin Zhao to head over to Ionia, of course, and do the thing. But it is depicted in the form of a meme that has almost been lost to time, of her disguising herself as Jarvan, which is fucking funny. But yeah, nevertheless. Yeah, vision of, I guess, Darius? Oh, wow, Darius, Jesus Christ. The Donkmaster is in my mind. Garen and Jarvan, spear and a massive ass blade. Jesus Christ, our boy is big again. Legend of Runeterra will never traumatize me enough with skinny Garen. Now, what is kind of funny to me is this is not real, right? These are visions. But what we never truly know about what a demon's kind of trying to project is whether or not this is like an incitement for Xin Zhao to actually go and pick up the weapon, which might lead to him getting corrupted and later on causing the fall of Demacia, or is it just like fake? Like, I hope that explanation makes sense. Like, Leblanc is doing the whole whispering strategy to try to get him to go over there, because one, she might be needing a new host, right? A host to take up the power of that demon, or if the demon's even capable of picking up the darkened weapon itself, or in any way, perhaps just do the typical thing of forcing Xin Zhao to start attacking the people in the room here, forcing him, making him believe at least that this is the Demacian throne and that he should be acting. Because as you get to see here, in this wide shot, which is beautiful by the way, Atakan at the top, hovering over the throne, Garen and Jarvan, they're turning towards him as he views it. They're like colossi there in the background, the griffin, the spears everywhere, and overall, we get to see the one person who is behind it all, Leblanc. Yeah, that's a vision for sure. Well, enough of that. Let's actually get into the real trailer. Oh, sorry. Sorry for saying that, because that's a little bit of a summarization of the story so far. So perhaps that might be interesting for us.
Every new path seems to lead us closer to chaos.
Piltover was a lesson. Calamity is always approaching.
Perhaps we should focus on the opportunity that's washed up on our shores. Besides, you have no host.
Unforeseen turns are simply part of any path. Our next move must be bolder.
The general.
My name is Xin Zhao, Seneschal of Demacia. This sapling bloomed in the royal gardens, where none should grow. Its presence gave me no peace. So after 30 years, I have returned to the lands of my birth, seeking answers.
So cool.
You know the tale of the devoted shrine maiden, Xin Zhao. You should hear the story behind it.
Leaderless and lost, war between the Darkin became inevitable. Ionia was just another battleground among many. Some of us prayed to the shrine spirits for deliverance, and that was when he came to us. His name was Zehen. When the war was over,
yes.
we returned in victory. But something had changed in Zehen. He could feel his humanity ebbing away, and feared what he might eventually become capable
he sealed
of.
himself,
And
yes.
so he asked to be bound like the others.
To the tree.
If you crave freedom, Atakan,
I forgot about that part.
then tell me where the darkened weapon lies.
The first glance.
Ionia is but a doorway.
Done your bidding.
Yunara, what has happened?
He says
Hey.
he experienced a dark vision.
I saw Demacia in ruins.
Someone knows the truth. They mean to free Zehen.
Okay. Sending us straight into the next cinematic, so that's cool.
You do not belong here, Seneschal. Mortals should not meddle with the power of gods.
Well, gods, but
Is that
sure.
what you are?
No, not exactly.
Gods?
Ascended.
I am not your answer.
Oh.
Evil deferred.
Evil does not relate.
Oh, Leblanc. So he could wield it. Jesus Christ.
You must have known you could not hide forever.
beyond the veil.
No one returns. Oh yeah, of course, he's sealed.
I have seen beyond the veil. Watched as the spirit of the First Lands roared to life.
Oh yeah, let's go, Petricide.
Only to
Nice.
see it all burned away in an instant.
Oh! Shit.
Yunara has fallen, and the temple's defenses are destroyed. There is no one left.
To protect. Oh! Yeah, you need a human to...
Will darken the world, with or without your permission.
You know not what you ask.
I know exactly what I ask. You sacrificed everything to save this world once.
Hey!
Let me do the same.
You will die.
I cannot hold him.
Physically, and your soul as well. Just like Varus. 2 men in a dude's body. Well, he's Shuriman, so that makes sense. Ascended are. Damn. Oh, the sadness. One blow. Holy shit. Oh my god. Notice the similarity to Warwick? Arcane's Warwick. Holy shit, the design. I like it. I like it. Like, we got to see its final evolution through Victor's little trick there on Warwick in Piltover as he transformed everybody. But that was a prototype. Warwick, of course, is still alive, but it was because it was experimental. So he's like a proto-ascended being in a way, where they achieved ascended powers through science. Here, it's done in the OG way, where a single hit is enough to obliterate both a demon and the after image of Leblanc. Which, by the way, I shouldn't call it an after image because it's literally a Leblanc clone, they are not just clones, they are independently sentient. Holy Jesus. Oh, but it is sad though. It is sad because Xin Zhao is dead. He's no more. The one that you can play in game is just past him. He is no longer him. Dude is looking good. I like the Shuriman influence there. Not just from the clothes, but of course the massive circle in his forehead. Kind of the disc that they have in the kingdom, right?
I cannot hold him.
Oh, that's good. Oh, the growth all over him. Taking over. And it happens quick. Scheiße. Why are this designs so bloody epic? Whew, that's a shot. Oh, but it isn't over. It isn't over. My apologies. With more. Shit.
Even demons can be undone.
Okay. Now, this shot here is kind of big because we have the biggest opponent to Leblanc right now, or the Black Rose, which is Swain, signified by the Raven. And Swain is a war criminal, but he doesn't exactly speak about the Black Rose that much, despite constantly meddling in their stuff, because he commits war crimes too. So nobody says that. But the thing that's interesting here is that I mentioned the so-called academy before, and one of the biggest recruit is Rel, and that kind of looks like her weapon, if I am correct. She is the metal bender, the tough Beifong of League of Legends. And perhaps she could have a bigger role in some upcoming lore. That's gonna be interesting to see. But what we have so far is that, Xin Zhao and Warwick are canonically dead. Two of the champions that are dead now. And it cannot be reversed, at least as far as we know. Let them introduce Aurelian soul into things, and we are dealing with cosmic powers beyond belief. Still can't get over the fact that Aurelian soul can be murdered by little rat Satan that is Timo. But this was good. This was very interesting. Hopefully you got some good lore tidbits out of this. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Wish you all to have a wonderful day, and check out some more content on the channel. See you guys in the next one. Bye.